race fans, tonight we are back with the Slide Jobs Dr. Squatch Cup Series, round number 2 of season 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway, presented by MaxSpeedTV. Of course, myself, Joshua Medlock, on a mic for you here tonight. Joined by a special guest. He's helped me throughout other leagues as well, Mr. Gary Wells. Gary, how are you doing tonight, buddy? And welcome to a new league format here tonight.
Yeah, new league format. Always good to be up here in the booth. It's Atlanta, one of my favorite tracks. So looking for an entertaining race tonight for sure.
Oh, yeah, entertaining race, no doubt. 40 drivers out here, Gary. Now, we know some of them right now are not on the track, but we've got 40 registered out here. Now, what do you think Atlanta is going to hold with 40 drivers and the way hot Atlanta is with these tires? Do you think people's going to have to be very cautious?
Yeah, I think people are going to have to be cautious in the early going. Those tires are good for about 5 to 7 laps. Then it really starts to kick in. The car gets really, really tight here. Abnormally tight, so these guys are going to have to really fight and keep that car on the bottom. That's where it's really going to be the fastest place to be all night long. The Harvick line, as I like to call it.
Yeah, the Harvick line, for sure. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and jump right into it here tonight, folks. Starting with pre-race analytics, as always. We've got an air temp of 82, a track temp of 88, so a pretty cool track. Not hot, not slick. It is warm, but it's not, 135 degrees out there, so that's a good thing. 130 laps here tonight, 400 miles. Fuel window at about 38 to 42 tire window. Now, the tires are going to fall off, but I would estimate about 30 to 40 laps on the tires before you definitely going to have to come in and get tires before it blows. And that is the case, Gary. You can blow a tire now, so they're going to have to be very cautious of that. Pit road speed 50 miles per hour, pace speed 65 miles per hour, so a good pace speed here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. But I think the big key is, as always at a track like Atlanta, when you have a track that's bad on tires, you got to be very careful coming down pit road, whether the speed is 45, 50, or even 65 miles per hour.
Yeah, getting down on this pit road is definitely one of the trickier ones. That pit road entry, that commitment line really comes up on you quick if you're not careful.
All right, well, it is a fixed setup league here. So now let's go ahead and dive into the first round of point standings coming into tonight. I got the top 20 here. I'm going to run through the first 10, and Gary's going to run through 11 through 20. So we're going to start here with Eric Hutton with 49 total points in first place. AJ Stravato second with 46. William Allman in third, 41 points. Bill Rickard in fourth with 40. Robert O'Connor in fifth with 39. Curtis Granger in sixth with 38. And we got a tie here between J.W. Miller and Zach Probst, both of these gentlemen with 37 points, 7th and 8th respectively. And then another tie right behind them with Eric Moore and Paul Turner for 9th and 10th at 35 points.
Yeah, in 11th place we've got Rachel Hunt with 34. In 12th place we've got Anthony Marshall with 33. And 13th place there's a tie between Brady Clark and Darren Clement with 31. And then in 15th place, we've got Khalil Gillen with 29. Eric O'Connor in 16th there with 28. And 17th, we've got Davey Hendricks. He's got 27. And Brock Drury, he's in 18th place. He's got 26 points. And 19th, we've got Dylan Parker. He's got 25 points. And then rounding out the top 20 is Jade Bell with 23.
All right, after the first round, which was Daytona last week. Yeah, I need to change the slideshow there, folks. It still says Daytona here. After Daytona's race last week, we get into Atlanta tonight. So, of course, the points are going to really, they're going to change throughout the season. I think there's 20 or 22 races in the season. I think there's 22 or 20 in the regular season. So, they are going to change throughout the whole season. So the top 20 is definitely going to flip-flop throughout the whole thing. But I think right now these drivers have got to worry about Atlanta Motor Speedway tonight. And then, of course, next week, I will go ahead and mention that here. Next week, we'll go to Iowa Speedway for another round of action of 180 laps around here on MaxSpeedTV. But they got to get through Atlanta first, Gary. And I think tonight is going to be it could play a big factor in the point standings.
Yeah, this race definitely you can lose some points here, or you can gain a lot. Daytona more so with plate racing. Well, not even really plate racing anymore. It's super speedway racing, but you could definitely gain points that you lost here last week, and of course you can lose a lot of points that you gained last week as well. So it's definitely going to be an interesting race. Everybody's going to definitely be on their toes for this one.
Yes, it is. All right, folks. Well, we're going to step away here, play the national anthem and a commercial, so don't go anywhere. We will be right back here on MaxSpeedTV.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the free, and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight to invade the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the
Listen up. The soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
Alrighty, folks, we're back live here, and qualifying is underway here tonight. They got 10 minutes to qualify, 2 laps to put in here this evening. And they got to do it within the 2 laps. Well, Gary, I'm very, very excited to see exactly how this plays out here tonight with the stacked field, because, you know, tire wear off, everybody's braking points different. You know, you really don't have to, I would say, get on the brake too much, but you do have to get on it some. So, you know, where's everybody going to line up? How are they going to be comfortable? How comfortable are they going to be around each other 30, 35 laps into a run if they're still packed up together?
Yeah, definitely. And I kind of alluded to it as we were kind of watching things during the commercials and stuff, that the field itself is within 0.3 of each other. So that's a very stacked field from 1st to 40th. We're definitely going to see different braking points, maybe even guys not braking. You don't need to really brake to slow down in these turns here at Atlanta, just with the reduced horsepower and everything. But you do need the brakes to plant the nose a little bit quicker, to get that nose to turn a little better in the corner so you can have a better exit. So I think that's what these guys are really going to be watching out for, especially if they're all going to be close together like this over the course of a 30, 40 lap run. So it's going to be interesting to see how everybody makes it through.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think, you know, well, even the start of the race, Gary, you know, when their tires are cool, you know, brand new tires, they're cool, they have no grip, they have no heat built up in them. You know, how's the starts going to start? And the restarts if the cautions come out. It is Atlanta. I do expect a few because of the track. You know, how are the starts and the restarts going to play out as well? Because now you're back double file. You've got different pit strategies coming down. You have no stages. So, you know, are you going to hope to bank on a caution? Are you going to come down when it's a caution? I mean, what are you going to do here at a track like Atlanta? That's where strategy comes in.
Yeah, depending on how many laps they get onto a run. So whether that be, I think if they're out there for maybe a lap or two when a caution comes out, I think they stay out, obviously. In the 5 to 10 lap range, I think you will see some guys come in, and you might even see some guys try to experiment with 2-tire strategy, whether it be left sides or right side tires early on, if that is the case, just to see how that will work for, you know, the end of the race. But for the most part, I think we'll see guys come in and take 4 tires. But these restarts and the start here is just going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
These guys, once they get the temps up after about a lap, we're going to see guys go 3, maybe even 4 wide. You know, all around this track. Everybody's going to be super aggressive with these new tires. And track position is important here in Atlanta because it's very hard to pass after the tires wear out. So we'll definitely see some 3-4 wide racing early on, just so people could try to give and take their track position, and it might cause a couple wrecks. So it'll definitely be interesting.
Yeah, I'm watching qualifying here. We've got a good turnout number in qualifying. 29 drivers, about to be 30 with William Martin coming out on the backstretch here, about to put in his first lap here in qualifying. But you know, 30 drivers qualifying out of the 40. I mean, that's what, 80%, 75% of the drivers that have qualified. Yeah, some or not, they're going to start from the back as usual and, you know, kind of finagle the situation. They're going to try to fill out the track, fill out the other drivers, kind of see what they do, and, of course, hope for some wrecks in maybe their cases for them to go up into the field. Because I know when I race, I don't qualify. I do start in the back. 1, I know I'm not fast enough to keep up with the fast drivers. And 2, if I'm going to gain any positions, it's going to be with the wrecks. But I'm also going to pay attention to some of the fast drivers out here. Okay, what are they doing that maybe I can learn from them? You know, they're going to come down pit road. Maybe I should come down pit road with them. Come out, maybe do a little bit of mirror driving to see what they're doing. I mean, that's just me. And you can take that and, you know, and use it for some advice or not. but I think you're going to see a lot of mirror driving out here tonight, too.
Yeah, and like you alluded to, 30 out of 40 cars, 75% of the field has laid down a qualifying lap. Definitely, with these guys that start in the back, it helps you scout a little bit better, see who's good at driving this track and who's not. And you could definitely take advantage of that by passing them and those kinds of things. But I think starting in the back may not be the way to go, because Atlanta is really hard to pass unless you catch a couple cautions and you have a couple good pit stops. You can find yourself in the top 10 pretty quick. But
Yep.
I think really I would not be surprised within the first 5 rows if that's where we find our winner tonight. So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But definitely, mirror driving is a thing. People do watch each other's lines, especially in practice. That is mainly where it happens, where guys are trying to figure out where to go and that kind of thing.
Well, Dylan Parker is going to be our pole sitter, and he's probably going to lock it in. So I'm going to go ahead and get Dylan Parker up here for the MaxSpeed TV interview. Dylan Parker, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, Dylan, you're going to grab the pole out here tonight. It looks like everybody that's going to qualify has. So congratulations on pole here this evening, bud. It is Hot Atlanta. Tires, man, going to be a big factor. How you feeling about this track here? Second race of the season.
Well, I know that tires are going to matter a lot here. So being out front is going to help a lot so you don't have to race other guys. And maybe clean air will be a factor. So, just had to get the pole. I'm glad I did.
Well, you got it by 53/100ths of a second there over Zach Allman, and we know a lot of drivers that are up here up front, such as yourself, here in qualifying. We're up there last week at Daytona, so you're going to see maybe some of the same action we seen last week at Daytona here at Atlanta here tonight with pretty much the same drivers?
Well, I don't really know because this package does, let that happen a bit more, but I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I don't really know how most of these guys will race around each other. I'm on half.
Yeah, sure. Still getting used to it. Yeah, a new season here this season. Well, Gary, anything for our pole setter here this evening?
No, I think he summed it up best. He's currently sitting on the pole, so he's definitely got a good front row start start this thing here.
All right, Dylan, good luck down there, buddy, and congratulations again on pole here tonight.
Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. All right, I think it was a little shocked that I brought him up.
yeah, most drivers are, especially when you come into a league and they aren't used to doing live broadcasts. It's definitely a new thing for sure. But I like how he alluded to that he's not sure how the race is going to go. There is still some unknown, like he was mentioning. Everybody's still being new to each other, and I think you might see that pay off early. With maybe some early wrecks, maybe because you're not sure how these guys are going to drive. But at the end of it, the best drivers will be where they should be, and that's in the front of the pack.
Well, yeah, and I didn't pick a driver last week, but since I got another person up here with me, I'm going to go ahead and pick one. You're going to have to pick one too, Gary. I'm going to go this week with Zach Allman, who is currently running second place here in qualifying, the outside pole sitter.
That's a good pick. Let's see. You know what? We have this thing called is a MaxSpeedTV jinx still a thing?
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
We don't want to talk about it. I'll talk about it. I'll pick Michael Atkins. That's gonna be my pick. Starting from the 5th spot.
All right. So Michael Atkins, your pick. Zach Allman, mine. All right. Well, we'll just see how it plays out. If you got picks out there in chat, and I didn't see any, I believe somebody did pick Dylan Parker, if it serves me correctly. Throw your pick out there, and we'll see if we can get them read off here throughout the race. But we're coming down to about 5 seconds left here in qualifying. We're going to get them racked up on pole here. On grid, not on pole. Going to let iRacing do its reset here. And all right. Oh, here we go. The MaxSpeedTV starting grid here tonight. Dylan Parker grabbing the pole with a 29.588. Congratulations to Dylan for getting the pole. Zach Allman going to start on the outside of him in second. My pick here tonight, AJ Stravato in third. Noah in fourth. Michael Atkins Jr. in fifth. That is going to be Gary's pick in 5th spot. J.W. Miller 6th. Andrew Bird 7th. Matthew Chastain 8th. Tyler Snyder in 9th. And Matthew... I'm not even going to attempt it. We'll be starting in 10th.
Good call there. In 11th spot, we've got Chris James. In 12th, we've got the 99 of Keith Calhoun. In 13th spot, lucky 13, we've got Darren Clement in 32 car. 14th, we've got Rachel Hunt. 15th, we've got Caden Atkins. I'm sorry, I lost my place here. Give me just a second. It's in 15th place, yeah, we've got Caden. In 16th place, we've got Brock Drury. In 17th place, we've got Eric O'Connor. William Martin is going to be starting 18th. And 19th, we've got Robert O'Connor. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Scott Metcalf.
All right, 21st, Curtis Granger. Ty Smith, 22nd. Khalil Gillen, 23rd. Brandon Leonard, 24th. Robert Lukens, 25th. Zachary Bakari, 26th. Gavin Martin, 27th. Christopher Dean, 28th. Will Rickard, 29th. Anthony Marshall, 30th.
And 31st, we've got Joshua Powell. And 32nd, we've got Davey Hendricks. 33rd is going to be Jade Bell. 34th is going to be Bryson Clark. 35th is going to be Cole Gray. 36th is going to be Paul Turner. 37th, Zach Probst. 38th is going to be Jacob Locklear. And 39th is going to be Eric Moore. And rounding out the field is going to be Brady Clark in the 40th spot.
All right.
And I do like his paint scheme. Very nice.
Now we'll look at those later on. Or at least we'll try to, anyway.
Yeah.
Deputy Marshal, Brian Odell, Connor Watt, Pearson, Brendan Kennedy in chat out here tonight. Agony in chat. All right, glad to see everybody out there chatting it up, rooting it on as we come into 3, Gary. What do they say, bud?
Well, reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time.
All right. Pace car is going to make it elusive dive to the safety of pit road this time by because they only get one pace lap on 1.5 miles. So as that pace car dives off to the safety of pit road, Dylan Parker is going to be in control of the field here this evening. Waiting on the green flag. And the green flag is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We're racing here for round 2. The Slide Jobs Dr. Squatch Cup Series Season 5 at Atlanta.
And already we're seeing double file like we would see in any typical start here, but don't be surprised they get the exit 2. They start trying to take it 3 wide. You never know. These guys all the way down to the white line here. And really these first lap or 2 as these cars are getting up to speed here at Atlanta, they're really going to drive like it's Daytona, Talladega.
Yep.
You're going to be in a tight pack here getting up to speed.
Yeah, they're going to be real close.
Oh, the 8 car took the grass. Okay.
Oh, Noah. Yeah, Dylan Parker's going to lead the first lap here tonight. Noah having some issues there in that 8 Valvoline. Used to see the 6 on that Valvoline, but we'll deal with the 8 here tonight. I have to have a talk with him.
Yeah. Anytime you run a Valvoline car and it looks like a Ford and it looks like a Mark Martin car, you should definitely put a 6 on the side of that thing.
Got to put that 6 on the side, but I'm picking on it. Got to pick on everybody. That's something that they got to get used to me. I pick on everybody.
Oh, yeah.
3 wide action back here around Tyler Snyder and around the 7th. Been watching that 82 there. Chris James, he was sneaking his way over there. Didn't go 3 wide, but
Michael Atkins's already up to 3rd. He's going to try to make it 3 wide here early on for the lead. He's definitely trying to make that outside line work. You can for a little bit here at Atlanta make that middle lane work, but it eats up your tires really fast. So Michael might be the faster car, but he's going to have to figure out how to get around him.
Yep, already up 2 spots from where he started. The tri-oval here at Atlanta, Gary, is a little, I wouldn't say tricky, but you have to be aware because that wall can get to the right side of the car really quickly.
Yeah, it definitely can, but I will say tracks similar to Atlanta like Texas or Charlotte, those types of double dog leg tracks that we see here in Atlanta, this is definitely the wider out of those 3. So they can definitely make it 2-3 wide down the first stretch here at Atlanta, but that wall can still sneak up on you in a hurry.
Contact there between the 49 of Edward Bird, the 8 of Noah. And we're going to have some action back here. We're going to see some 3
Oh,
and
they're
4
going to be 3 wide. There for a second they were.
No, you're scared. There's Clements in the mix. He's up there on the high side. Matthew Chastain, Chris Green. Caden Atkins now in the mix here. Here comes the 5 of Matthew.
Oh, that 82 slammed the door on the 12 there for a second.
82. I think Chris James.
Yeah, Chris James there in the 82 slammed the door on Matthew Chastain there in the 12 car.
Well, speaking of Michael Atkins Jr., here he comes. He's in still battling it there for a second. Trying to take that
and
over
they're
from AJ
side by side
Stravato.
here.
Here comes AJ to the inside.
Yeah, AJ going to try to sneak that lead away. Michael left that bottom open for the 49 there of Andrew Bird. These front four, front five, heck, maybe even front six, you could just throw a blanket on them.
Well, top of that Razorback blanket over the top.
There you go. Yes, sir. Your Razorbacks there. Oh, they're getting bobbing and weaving here all over the
Bobbing and weaving.
Trying to break up that draft as much as they can. That does kill a run, but
AJ, new
sometimes
leader.
it gets a little violent. Yeah, yes, sir.
Dennis Hansman in chat out here tonight. Nice to see you out there, Dennis.
These guys still side by side for the third spot here between Michael Atkins there and Andrew Bird in the 49. Andrew sending it there on the high side. Gonna maybe even pick up the second spot as they exit turn 2.
Well, let's check on some people back here. I know the action right now is happening up front. It's really all over the place. They're still pretty much neck and neck here, but going through the field here at about, say, 15th, Eric O'Connor, Keith Calhoun, Brock Drury, Robert O'Connor.
Yeah, there's a side-by-side battle there with the 99 and the 69 there.
Yeah, I don't know if Robert and Eric are brothers or not, so don't hold me to that.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Khalil Gillen, give it out a minute. From 23rd up 3 into the top 20, cracking that top 20 heel. We got somebody blinking there.
Yeah, I saw somebody blinking there. Couldn't tell who it was. Oh, still blinking.
Right.
There's the 22 there, Robert O'Connor. He's holding up pretty stout. He's up to 18th spot now after starting 19th, and that's what I mean. You know, when you're in this top 20 area, you feel like you pass, Josh. I tell you, when you're in these cars, you feel like you pass 20 cars, but there are certain runs in the race where you maybe only gain one spot, but you feel like you're passing everybody. That's just what this package brings. It brings everybody really close together in a pack, and this is the type of racing that you're going to see is side by side. A lot of passing, a lot of big runs, especially if you're the third or fourth place car in line.
3 wide back here in the back. Oh, we were 3 wide there for a second. Not to interrupt you, Gary, but
no, you're fine.
3
hey,
wide back there around Christopher Dean and Cole Gray.
Yeah, and that is definitely one of those times where, you know, he had the run and he thought he could make a 3 wide there, and so he did it. And that's just another thing, too. It does promote a lot of 2 and 3 wide racing because you'll just see guys that get a run and they don't want to live down these straightaways, so they'll just make it work.
All right, yeah, 3 wide. Man, these guys are still bunched up together. Clean racing here for the first 12 laps of Slide Job Season 5. Yeah,
and they're still side by side from third.
They're side by side all over the place.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where you go. Everybody's side by side in some good hard racing here. Here's the 99. I thought broke a little loose there at the exit 2.
Ooh, Keith Calhoun.
But he did save it, so he's all good. We got a caution though.
Oh, we got a caution.
Up. Oh, in the front here.
Yeah. Oh man, if I catch up to him,
the 49 is involved of Andrew Bird.
I think Brock Drury was also involved in that. Let's go and take a look and see what happened here for the first.
Going into turn 3 between the 49 of Andrew Bird and the 8 of Noah Mary. I'm trying. Looked like the 49 was trying to get down in front of the 8, but the 8 didn't let him in line.
All right, we'll check it out here. Beyond Andrew Bird here. Andrew on the outside. Oh, yep, right there it was. Oh, the Taco Bell 49. Man, the second race in a row. He is not having the best of luck here. Let's go on a far chase here since we got the contact. Oh, we do.
Yeah, some major contact there with the 8 car there.
Definitely got that contact. The 8 and the 49 contact made. The 49 goes down. Yeah, sideways and then comes back up on the track. It does look like he did lock it down, but that 49 going to have some definite, significant damage on that Taco Bell 49 machine. I think he'll get it fixed. He'll be right back out on there. Last week at Daytona, he was out there and until he couldn't go out there no more.
Yeah, and he had some. We got some pit stops here now, but yeah,
the 8 and the 10 had to back up.
Yep, the 8 and the 10 did have to back up there a little bit. Even the 18 as well, Zach Amon. That's what happens when you come down this pit road. And the brake bias may be a little bit different for every single driver as well. You got to make sure that you're able to get into the right pit stall there and get there and stop. Because if you have to back up, that does lose you a couple seconds.
Yes, it does. Well, AJ Stravato going to be the first one out on the track after this first round of pit stops here.
Good
under
pit stop there by
caution.
Michael Atkins there in the 39. He's going to come out of here second.
All right, got a second. Well, let's go ahead and get our current leader up here, AJ Stravato. AJ, buddy, got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, round 2 here tonight, man. What do you think about the first 13 or so laps? Pretty clean out here for Atlanta, but what's it like still in a pack after about 13 laps?
Yeah, it's frustrating not being able to pull away and kind of take advantage of saving tires. You just kind of got to buy your runs, and when you can, then just get out in clean air, kind of like I did right there. So hopefully we can stay out here.
Is it pretty hard to pass out there?
Yeah, to an extent, you really got to build up a run. I think it's all dependent on the draft and just how everything plays in this package, which stinks, but it makes for a lot of pack racing and probably entertaining for y'all to watch.
Yeah, it is. I love it. All right, AJ, you guys are already double file, ready to go back green flag, man. Good luck out there. We got a long way to go, man.
Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
All right, I know, Gary, half of these guys you don't even know, but you know a couple of names out here.
Yeah, I know a couple of them. Michael Atkins, Darren Clement. I know Davey Hendricks there. He's kind of toward the back, but I know a couple guys here and there.
That's about all I know.
Well, we're seeing here the double file again here, Josh.
Yep, they are ready to go back green flag. I'm going to let you, Gary, get them going here this time.
All right, sounds good. AJ Stravato, almost messed that up, is your leader, followed by Michael Atkins there on the outside lane. Pace car getting ready to dive off. Pace car is out of here as the starter controls the green flag. He's going. Green flag back in the air. We're back underway at Atlanta. Side by side all the way through this pack as they head into turn number 1. And it looks like AJ got a pretty good jump with the 8, giving him a really nice shove going into turn 1. Yeah, got a little dicey there. I thought he was going to come up there in front of the 39. Here comes Michael. He's going to try to make that outside line work again. Watch for him.
Well, we know he can do it because he's already done it.
Yeah, and the thing is with that outside lane, you can hold it actually a little more wide open. Where on the bottom lane, you do check up and you flip the throttle a little bit to save tire for 1, and 2, just to get the car to turn and stay down there. But for a couple laps, you can really get a good, nice run going down on the middle lane there. Oh, the 8 car gets loose.
Noah off and away.
What a save there by
save. Noah saved it. He's down below that white. Do not come back up into traffic there, buddy.
Yeah, these guys know that he's down there, so they're going to try to move up as much as they can and try to let Noah back in line.
Come back in line. Man, what a save by Noah. That could have been ugly for everybody.
That one deserves a replay there. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, it does. Let me see if I can go back a little bit further here and take a look. Not sure I can. Yeah, we can take a look at it right here on the MaxSpeedTV replay. Coming out of turn number 2, you're going to see him get right up there next to Michael Atkins. It's going to shoot him right down on the apron, but he just stays on the apron.
Yep, just stays right there on the apron, lets himself get back up to speed. Very smart move on his part. Michael Atkins, though, he has not given up trying to go for this lead. He was down in the grass out last time by trying to get around this 33 car. So Michael, he's one of the more aggressive drivers. He will definitely try to get around you as much as he can, but he's also very clean and smart about it at times as well. So definitely going to be entertaining to watch these two because the 33 there of AJ, he's not letting him on that bottom lane. He's saying if you're going to pass me, you're going to go to the outside, and Michael's definitely trying to get that done.
Yeah, I think if we could take a look at an air after that 33 and get a run, I think it would be okay. But
yeah, it looked like he was trying to get a side draft there off that quarter panel, which is causing him to be side-by-side going to the 3 this time. So
yep, still side-by-side. All right. Well, Brian Odell says he's watching Hee-Haw, and tomorrow is his mom's 49th birthday. Man, I don't know if she would appreciate you telling her age.
Yeah, don't do that.
But, you know, Her name is Angela. Well, happy birthday to Bonnie's mama out there.
21.
Out there.
For the rest of your life, just say she's turning 21.
Yeah, exactly.
That'll
I don't
work.
think she'd appreciate you telling her age.
Well, they're still side by side for the lead here, Josh. I know there's battles everywhere, but this one to me this has just been the most enticing right here.
When you got a battle for the lead, that's where you need to go. It looks like Atkins Jr. though is
and he's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, he's going to edge out the 33 Escrivato, and he's going to steal one from AJ.
Yep, going to steal one from AJ right there. And, you know, Atlanta, Josh, we didn't really talk about in pre-race, but their finishes here are fantastic because at the end you can really get a couple lines going. The more rubber you get laid down on the racetrack. So who knows? Maybe that'll be our finish tonight. You know, the side-by-side, right to the line photo finish type deal.
Yeah, it is. Well, AJ going to hold that one and still side-by-side between. Who do you think's using up more tires right now, the 33 or the 39?
I would say Michael is here because he is having to use that outside line. The middle lane doesn't have a whole lot of rubber just yet, so he's laying himself his own line, so to speak. So he's definitely using a little more tire. I think he knows, you know, a couple laps into this run now, I should just back off a little bit and just let him have the lead for a little bit.
Oh, we got the battle for the lead. We got a battle here for third between Chris James and Dylan Parker.
And looks like Chris will take that position there.
Here.
Yeah, Darren Clement started third, already up to the fifth spot here. So good run for Darren so far.
Oh, pretty much single file.
Oh,
somebody getting a little loose back there.
Yeah.
I'm sure
right side by side with the 99. I think it was the 74.
Yep,
Eric O'Connor. Yeah, really, this is where you're going to really see a lot more of the battles here, Josh. It's right in this back end of the top 10. A lot of side-by-side still racing amongst these guys.
They're trying that looks like they'll single file. And
yeah,
that might be a good thing, Gary. Go single file, get these, except for the top, except for 1 and 2. We won't worry about them right now because they're going to do their thing. They're going to go side by side, you know, anyway. But go single file. Some of these laps wind down. I mean, 130 laps here at Atlanta doesn't seem like much. But when the tires are off, basically worn out, it is a gruesome 130 laps.
Yes, it is a very gruesome track. And the 33, the 39, we got trouble.
Oh, Michael Atkins
39 does say that we are still green here, Josh. No caution yet.
Still green, no caution. You're going to go to the MaxSpeedTV replay and take a look at that. Battle for the lead.
That was an interesting battle there because Michael had hit him coming off a 2. It looked like the 33 was doing some mirror driving and blocking, and just when he got loose there on the bottom of the backstretch, came back up, and that's what caused that. Yeah, we've got a caution now. Let's see what happens. The 39 and the 8 are involved in this one.
All right, we're still on this one here. We're going to see this, and we'll go back to the 39 and the 8. Yeah, right there.
Oh,
gets a little loose there. All right, so now we're going to
39 and the 73 going into turn 1 this time. Looked like the 39 was off the pace just a tidbit. The 73 just really had nowhere to go because the 39 just kind of drifted up in front of him.
All right, well, we're going to be now on the 73 of Blyce and Clark. And under the same replay here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this caution here. Oh, just take it a minute here and see. Oh, yeah, right there it was.
And then the 42 or the 8, however you want to look at him there, of William Martin also involved there. When Michael came back up across the track there, he just had nowhere to go.
T-Bones, the 39. Yeah, right there. That is where that caution is going to come out. And it looks like Michael Atkins Jr. has already taken his car behind the wall.
Yeah, he has towed it, and he has manually disconnected. Well, there goes my pick. I won't pick him no more. But pit road will be a very busy place here. They ran a few laps, so tires are worn off once again. And I know that 33 of AJ, he's going to have to repair some damage here a little bit.
All right, under pit stops again.
Yeah, they went on a nice little 10-lap run there, 10, 11 laps there. So definitely going to come down and pick forward.
Gary.
Yeah, that's about what they've been doing here, and it's it's gonna be something. Definitely want to see some green flag racing from these guys a little bit.
All
But
right.
that was an interesting move that Michael was trying to do. I know he thinks he's got a fast car and was really trying to be aggressive, but it's lap 30. You know, you gotta show a little bit of patience out there.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, patience is key. Well, let's go ahead and get somebody else up here. How about we go with Robert O'Connor here, real quick. Robert O'Connor, buddy, got a copy?
I got you.
Well, Robert, you're currently running back here in ninth, but I do have a quick question for you. Are you any relation to Eric O'Connor that is in here?
We get that question all the time. We are not related. It's just total coincidence.
Not related.
All right.
Total coincidence. All right. Well, Robert, man, you've been in some traffic. You've been racing your race. How's it for you down there as you guys get double file?
Oh, it's doing pretty good. Me and Davey were cutting our way through the field there towards the end of that run. So now that we're up front, maybe we could save our tires a little bit more. If we get a long run, we could do some damage.
All right. So you think it's going to just be patient still right now as we hit that 100 to go?
Yeah, I think people are going to be riding around for a little bit longer. I think have some chances to make some passes here.
All right, Robert. We'll let you get back to your team, buddy. Good luck down there.
All right, thank you.
Uh-huh.
And honestly, for Robert, I can't think of a better guy to go up through the field with other than Davey Hendricks. Like, he is a very good quality driver. I know him in a couple different other leagues, and just racing with him, he is a very good, clean driver, very fast and very consistent.
He's right there with Robert.
Yep, right there in that 10th spot. He's going to be starting 10th, and Robert's already made his way up to 8th spot here, so good run for them going on early.
All right. Well, it looks like the 3 of Dylan Parker going to be our driver going to get him going here. Pace car will make its dive off. There it goes. Dylan's going to be in control. I believe they have to wait for the green flag, but green flag is out. We're back underway here, folks.
Yep, Dylan has a nice jump there. Again, our pole sitter for the evening. 82 there of Chris James dives down behind that 33 to take the 3rd spot there.
Single file.
Yes, sir, but they are double file on back as we see the Hertz car there. I think that's the 5. Kind of fan out to almost 3 wide there in the back.
I still think one driver you got to watch, though. I mentioned it last week. Unfortunately, she was caught up in some incident. But that's 16 of Rachel Hunt. Look at her. She's coming from 14th right now in 4th. And she's coming up on Chris James and AJ Stravato here as they battle it out for 2nd place. Keith Calhoun, that's right behind Rachel Hunt. So,
yeah, and I think that is fantastic. They've got a female driver in this field, man. Always good to see. You know, I think, and I'll say this again, I think we need more female drivers on iRacing. I know this is particularly male dominant, but it's always nice to see a female driver every once in a while.
I'll put it to you this way. I think some female drivers can kick the butts off of some of the males.
Definitely. Looks like Rachel's doing that right now, but in the 4th spot.
Yeah,
so
well, yeah, look at Rachel Hunt. Yeah, she's out here in that Toyota Camry. I'm not particularly fond of the model car she's driving, but you know, I love the way she races. She races her race. You know, she don't worry about anybody else. You know, she worries about herself.
I do like the paint she's got on there,
yeah.
supporting Susan G. Komen for the cure there. That's always a good organization to represent there for breast cancer awareness. So.
And look who's behind her, one of our buddies.
Yep, one of our buddies there. Davey already up here into the 5th spot. I'm going to be interested to see what happens here. Looks like Davey's going to go to the low side. AJ trying to make a move to get up into 3rd here, though.
Yeah, Rachel to the inside, bringing Davey right along with her. Is Davey going to take a 3 wide?
No, he's going to go to the outside. Davey likes to get that arc into the corner. And when you do that here at Atlanta, when you go up from the top to the bottom like that, that really does save tire here instead of just hugging it right down below right along the white line around the whole track. So Davey's really taking the smart approach here, but he definitely is helping Rachel down these straightaways.
Well, back here to Gavin Martin as the battle for zooms up there. We believe we'll Gary, keep an eye on that. I'm going to take back here to the number 24, Gavin Martin, started 27th and 14th. blinking out a little bit, but he is still on the track. Brandon Leonard and Robert O'Connor there, as well as the 77 of Curtis Granger also in the mix here. So single file, but some side by side going on as certain drivers get that run. You know, once you get that run, you really don't want to back off. You want to keep that momentum, but you don't want to also wreck anybody either.
Yeah, when you kill your momentum here, just as a general thought, as we see the 7 car slow up the speed here in turn 2. Everybody's getting through though. As you're we got trouble at the exit turn 2. The 3 cars involved. 28 opens
going
up
over the top. Oh, and he's flipping. Are we gonna have a caution?
There's the caution.
There's the caution right there's the 28. Jade Bell comes back upon the track. Boy, and he goes topsy-turvy side. That means he goes on his lid for everybody that know what that means.
Yeah, and he took a flip here, and that engine's done. So his night's pretty much over. When you ever get a damage repair like his, it's about 40 minutes of repairs there. So I don't think he's necessarily going to wait on that.
Oh, man. Well, Jade Bell, we're going to be on that number 28. I think it's a Hathaway machine there.
It is.
And we're seeing how the 8, oh no, the 3. The 3
and the 28 got together there.
Oh, yeah, right there. Contact between both of them. I think battling for real estate because the 3, I believe, come down a little bit. 28 was kind of going up, and then bam, right there it happened. And they both come down, and then the 28 just took a lick into that inside wall, and he goes sliding and then back up onto the track, and the Toyota Camry just looks through there, but the 62 nowhere to go, hits that rear end of the 28, and the 4 also hits that wall, Gary.
Yeah, and I will say that 3 car, as you get to the outside there at the exit 2, it does tend to push quite a bit as you're on exit, being that outside car there. So I think it was just one of those situations where he might have lifted and came down a little bit so he wouldn't hit the wall, and that's just when the 28, the 3 met there, coming off at turn 2, and it's fun. But yeah, as you were alluding to, you were talking about runs there during that last green flag stint there. If you have to get out of the gas tap all down these straightaways, have to lift for somebody, any off throttle time, that kills your momentum. And as the tires get older, you're off the throttle a little more, but if you have to get out of it too much, that really kills your momentum, and it takes you about a half lap to get back up to speed.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yep. Well, let's go ahead and see if we can get our good buddy Darren up here. Now, I know he is he's in one of these channels. I just don't know which one. There he is. East Coast Motorsport. Darren Clement, buddy. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Darren, bud. Well, you're back here in 22nd. Started 13th. We know how you race. So go ahead and tell the fans out there what's going on with you tonight.
Well, I'm having a little bit of spotter issues, so I had to extend my pit stop and try to get that working. So, but now we're back. We got things, going so I can hear when there's a car outside, inside, and we're just going to try to work our way back up front, nice, slowly but surely.
All right. Well, you're not even halfway yet, buddy. You still got plenty of time out there. You got some strategies going forward?
Oh, well, see if we get a green flag pit stops rolling in, and then we'll go from there.
All right, Darren. Well, so best of luck down there, Gary. Anything for Darren?
Hi, Darren. Good luck. Go win this race.
I'll work on it.
All right, sounds good.
Good luck, Darren. All right, we'll get him back down there.
He was talking about a spotter, and that's very, very important here on iRacing, because unless you've got VR, it's really hard to see around the whole car. So very, very critical, whether you have just the game spotter for iRacing on the simulator, or if you have like a human spotter. Very, very important for you to be able to hear your spotter here, because I like to usually have a human spotter if I can. That definitely creates a little bit of an advantage as opposed to the robot spotter, as I like to call it, because the human spotter, the human spotter can give you more information. They can tell you, hey, this is how so-and-so's getting in or out of the corner, or whatever the case is. So you could get a lot more information. Hey, this line they're running here, and it seems to be working better. Those kind of things is what I look for.
Well, let's see here. We've still got, oh man, we've still got 30 plus drivers out there on the track here tonight. Looks like we've got 38 out there on the track who have retired. Zach Brooks, Michael Atkins Jr. So it's still a pretty packed field out here.
Yeah, and William Martin is still running here. He was involved in that incident with Michael Atkins, and he's still running here even though he's 7 laps down, just trying to get some laps and most importantly, get some points.
Yeah, get those points. Yeah, you know, I'll flash the points again up on the screen for everybody after they get the green flag here. Gary's going to get them going. Okay, go ahead.
All right, these guys are double file here, going through turns 3 and 4. Dylan once again going to control this start here. And of course, we've got Chris James on the outside row there in second spot. Pace car is off and in. Getting ready here for the green flag. Green flag is in the air. Dylan gets one heck of a start. He leaves everybody hanging in the dust here.
That ain't going to last long, though.
That ain't going to last long. And you get out to a jump like that in these cars, they'll catch you here pretty quick coming off of turn 2. But here comes the 99 to keep Calhoun off of turn 2. He's going to move up to second now. Yeah, these guys still single file amongst our top 2, but double file here for third, and then a couple places here on back. These guys running really good here. Up that battle for third now between Chris James there and the 33 of AJ Stravato there, side by side for second on back. And now what's really key here for the 99 there, Keith Calhoun, he's going to have to try and block both these lines here, and that is really tricky. It's really tricky here, and when they go to plate tracks like Daytona and Talladega, really having to block both lines is a very hard thing to do here. As we see, looks like the 99 will lead that lap, but he's under fire here from the 33 of AJ. Oh, contact between the 16, I think that was, and the 82. Everybody scatters here. No caution as of yet as they're filing out 3, 4, 5 wide down the back straightaway. Try to avoid the mess.
Oh, yeah, big mess. Big mess.
Yeah, 16 got made some contact there at the exit of turn 2. I'll go back and see what happened here.
All right. I had to step away real quick, folks. I do apologize.
The 16 to 82 made some contact. The 2 got loose behind the 16. He was on the bumper of Rachel there, but they all end up saving it and getting back going here. So good to see there. As we got another caution.
We got another caution. Yes, we do. Oh, Scott Metcalf. And the number 10. So let's take a look here and see what happened to Scott Metcalf.
Just one of them deals going to 1. He's trying to get around the 13 car here of Joshua Powell. And just going through turn 1, he thought he maybe had a little bit more room there to go to the bottom. But the 6 car there of Eric Moore was just right there and kind of punted him out of the way, nowhere to go type situation. And it's really hard to check up for a guy going into the corner.
Yeah,
it's just so hard because as you come from the high side to the low side, sometimes the low side guy doesn't really see it till last second.
Yeah, we're looking at it right here. Yeah, the 6 and the 10 contact may boy that number 10 hard into the outside wall. It looks like everybody barely gonna squeeze through there. Oh, and then here comes the 1 machine. Comes flying around, hits that outside wall, and it blows. And then the 4 catches the 10. And then the number 8 T-bones the 4 right after that. So, carnage there into the corner. Boy, that number 10, heavy damage.
Very much so. Getting into the corner and getting out of the corner here at Atlanta is a very tricky place. We see a lot of guys coming down here pit road now. The 33 pulled a very good fake move there. Maybe he faked a couple of guys onto pit road. He was able to come back out, and he faked, I think he faked 2 or 3 guys, but it also might just be part of pit strategy. They hadn't run too long on these tires. Just like I was telling you in pre-race, there were 4 or 5 laps. Yeah, so they only ran about 4 or 5 green flag laps there. So these guys here probably just wanting to stay out here because they think their tires are still just new enough, and that's where you'll see people stay out, take 2, take 4, whatever the case is, and definitely seeing that here on this cycle's pit stops.
Yeah, throw a little trickery in there and take 6 tires. Why not? You know.
Hey, if that was an option, I think these guys would do it.
Change the right side or left side's plus. All right.
I thought what was interesting back in the day before they put pit stop rules into place, you would see some guys at certain tracks just take the rear tires and change them.
All right, we'll see if they get the one to go here this time. But if not, we'll see if we can get somebody else up here. It doesn't look like they're going to get
Lots
that.
are still on.
Yeah, one to go. So how about we go with well, I don't know. How about we go with Eric Moore if he is in team speed. There he is. Eric Moore, buddy, got a copy?
Man.
Eric Moore, buddy, got a copy. Josh Metal on the broadcast booth. Yeah, hey, buddy. Well, I know you're catching up with. Oh, I know you. Oh, man, I feel bad. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Oh, man. Did not mean to
I was ready
interrupt
for a
you.
drink. It wasn't your problem, man.
Oh, okay, man. Oh, not what Eric Moore wanted to see here, folks. He's in the booth right now and having a mishap there. But Eric, man, well, that's not what you wanted to do. But how's your race going for you, other than that little mishap?
Well, it's not been too bad. Other than that, and I got into the 10 a little bit there. I think he came up. I think he came down on me a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, man, you got a game plan going forward here, bud.
Well, I think I'm in like 30th, so hopefully pass a lot of cars.
Yeah. Well, we still got plenty of laps. Do you think you can do
plenty
it?
of laps and plenty of chances for people to crash. So.
All right, bud. Well, let's get to it. Now you're getting double fouled, so we're not going to keep you any longer.
All right, man.
All right. Good luck out there.
Thank you.
Well, I think that's the first on MaxSpeedTV with you in the booth here with me.
Wow. I did not. It's still, you know.
I can't say I had done that before, but I have never done that during an interview. So
that was strange. Yeah, that was strange.
And no, that wasn't your fault. That happens more often than you think.
Oh, I'm sure it does. I just don't catch half of them.
Yeah, they usually happen in the back because when you're trying to, get a wave around or just catch back up with the field under yellow, sometimes you don't know where the cars are until you're right up on them.
All right. Well, we got some chatting going on down there. Looks like AJ Stravato in chat and in the race, chatting up there with Michael Atkins Jr., with the apologies and all that. Yeah, AJ, you need to be racing at that pace car dives off. You're in control here. And AJ is going to be on the loud pedal. Here we go, folks. Back on the way here for Season 5, Round 2 at Hot Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Dr. Squatch Cup Series, the slide job.
Yeah, see these guys all wide, all back here. 3 wide here with the, I think it's the 84. It's a Jimmy Johnson car or somebody back here.
84, the Jacob Locklear? Yeah,
No,
84.
just kidding. The 86, I'm sorry. Christopher Dean is there. 3 wide off of turn 2. But they're all back together now.
I don't think that 2 wide is going to last much longer.
Oh, no, you definitely will see these guys try to make it 2, 3 wide. It may even 4 wide. I said 4 wide. I was not kidding. I've done that before here.
Yeah, I've seen 4 wide at Atlanta before. I don't like it, but
yeah, it definitely
I've
raised
seen
the
it.
tension a little bit.
Back here with Matthew, not even going to attempt to pronounce his name, but he is all over the back bumper there of Tyler Snyder. Oh, we got it.
Oh, I thought I saw somebody spin and blink.
Yeah, Matthew Chastain in the number 12 going around. Looks like J.W. Miller and Gavin Martin might have been involved in this too.
Yeah, these guys were right up here in the front of this field, and looked like the 32 and the 12, Darren Clement and Matthew Chastain come together, and it's just on from there.
All right. Well, what happened? That's the big thing. That's we're initiated.
Turns 3 and 4 looks like coming off of turn 4. Looked like the 12 might have come down just a little bit on the 32.
Yep,
and
right there it was. That's gonna
then it looked
send
like
the
the
12
12 blinked out there
around.
for a second.
Oh,
And
and
then
then
then there
yeah,
was a kind of a checkup there on the mishap on the outside there. They didn't
yeah.
know what was happening.
And then the 24, the 18. Well, we see the 24 there go hard into the outside wall.
Now he looks
And
like a modified.
he does a helicopter move there. We hate to see that even in iRacing, such a hard hit, because that usually ends up blowing the engine on your vehicles, and that can cost you the whole night.
Oh yeah, though damage like that could really cost you the whole night. Or even if it's early on enough, by the time you get back out there, sometimes depending on the track size, half the race is already over.
Yep. All right. AJ Stravato back up front. Chris James in second. Dylan Parker third. Eric O'Connor in fourth, and Robert O'Connor. No kin. They are not
No
related
relation
to
there.
one another. In the fifth spot, Curtis Granger sixth. Davey Hendricks up to seventh. Zachary Vicari eighth. Keith Calhoun ninth, and Tyler Schneider is going to round out that top 10 here under caution. We are going to step away, play a quick commercial break, folks. Don't go anywhere. We will be back right here on MaxSpeedTV.
The soap you shower with? It's You probably haven't even questioned what bar of soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
Alrighty, folks, back live here on MaxSpeedTV. Gotta pay the bills here tonight, so a little bit of a quick commercial break, but I do want to make note here. We have 40 people watching here tonight. Awesome job out there by everybody. We've got only 10 likes here. Come on. I know we can hit that 30
Smash
mark
that like
here
button.
tonight. Let's smash that like button here this evening, folks. Awesome job by everybody tuning in. We've got 39 watching. It dropped off one, but man, awesome job by everybody for tuning in. We currently have hit a peak here in this race. Still live here tonight at about 42. So still awesome job by everybody. So smash that like button. Going for 30 likes here tonight for the goal. And would love to see that here at the end of the race. But Gary, for what we've seen out here tonight, it's been an awesome race. There's been some battling. There's been side by side. There's been some incidents, but it is Atlanta, and it is a big field.
Yeah, anytime you see a big field like this coming into Atlanta, everybody has a different driving style. So even sometimes when you're coming in from the back, trying to get back up to the front, you drive different compared to some of the guys in the back, and I think that's how some of these incidents have been caused. Is just some of these guys just aren't used to driving around one another.
All right, double file. Didn't get an interview in that round, but that's cool. I don't think they'll complain too much.
No, not at all.
Well, we got bills here, folks. We got bills. But it's pretty
You got to
good
pay
race.
for some of this here show.
Take a look at the caution count here. 5 cautions, 19 laps. You got 75 to go, and it's going to be a long, grueling 75 laps. Trust me. We've had 6 lead changes here tonight, so it's not really I would say a lot of cautions. 5 cautions is really not a whole lot at Atlanta.
Well, it's a little high, and sometimes it's a It's right about in between. They're getting about 10 laps in on
Yeah,
average per
yeah.
run. So
I think right now it's just survival. I
yeah,
think
it's
everybody's
survival
trying to.
to about halfway, and I think we all know usually right around halfway, people start to figure it out, and that's when we'll see some long green runs. And we're approaching it here, so
Yes,
who knows?
we
Maybe
are.
this will be the long run right here.
All righty, get them going.
All right, side by side, AJ Stravato is in control here. Green flag in the air, already on the loud pedal, gets a good jump there. 82 will definitely try to come down to get behind AJ there, the second spot. Looks like he is successful at doing so.
Yes, he is. Now going to go single file. Well, let's do it, folks. As they get lined out here, still racing. Let's crank it up here on Max Speed. Alrighty, folks, we are back here off to crank it up here. And I know Gary was watching that, and he said something about the number 13 of Joshua Powell. We'll go back here and take a look at what happened to Mr. Powell here onto the MaxSpeedTV replay. Hopefully everybody enjoyed the crank it up cam there, though. I know it was pretty loud there for a moment. But taking a look here at what happened.
Yeah, how it all started was the 51. He was on the outside there of Rachel in the 16, and he just comes off the wall here. He gets in the wall off of turn two and gets loose and involves the 13, right rears the 13 here, and comes back up in front of the field, and another big one here.
Oh, right here. Oh, yeah, right there. Oh, man, off the wall. Yeah, the 13. Wrong place, wrong time for that number 13.
And of course, pit road is a semi-busy place here.
All right, and then right here we do see another driver get involved, and several drivers. The number 12 going to get a piece of it, hard into the outside wall. Driver T-boning the 51 there. That is going to be the 84 going to T-bone him, trying to get around, and then the 13 of Joshua Powell. Yep, take a look at that caution here. And pit road, like you said, is busy. And out of front is going to be that number 16 of Rachel Hunt here.
Interesting strategy there. Coming off of pit road. Looks like the 3 lost several spots. Looks like some guys took 2 tires here.
It looks like the top 3 didn't even come down pit road.
Yep, that too. Looks like Rachel stayed out. She avoided that mess, by the way. So she's up in the front here.
All right. Well, Christopher Dean in second. Congratulations to Rachel Hunt for being up front. She's one heck of a driver. I would not count her out by any means necessary. So that would be a number I would watch. Christopher Dean in the 86, now in second. Andrew Bird Bird in third. The top three did not pit. So everybody behind them is going to be on those fresh Mr. Feelgood, and the fuel that they need. They cannot go to the end from here, as we are only on lap 64, lap 65 and a half, of course, or lap 65, somewhere around in there is going to be our halfway mark, Gary. So, 1.5 laps, that's where we stand, and we know what happens after halfway.
Yep, things get a little bit easier past halfway. But yeah, Rachel Hunt here is the leader. Running a very, very good race. Looks like Christopher Dean is in that second spot there. And as we touched on it, Andrew Bird rounding up the top three, did not pit. Then we see in fourth here, it's AJ Stravato, Chris James there in the fifth spot, and sixth, Davey Hendricks in seventh place, Robert O'Connor. Then it's Keith Calhoun. Then it's Curtis Granger. I was seeing here the 3-car of Dylan Parker. He is all the way back to 12. Looked like he was having a slow pit stop there. So looks like going to 1 to go here, maybe? Can't tell. Yep, those lights are off on that pace car. They're going to be double file here this time. Rachel going to be our leader here. Rachel Hunt there in the 16. Then in second place, we've got Christopher Dean going to be to her outside.
Yeah, Rachel Hunt, Christopher Dean, Andrew Bird, B-Y-R-D. Bird. Top three here. Gary, it's going to be interesting. I know they're on the back stretch here. Man, get them going here this time by. Coming to lap 66 here, we'll be over that halfway mark.
Yeah, just getting past here around the halfway mark here. Going to be past halfway this time. These guys are really, really trying to get a good long green flag run in here. I think we can do it. We're past halfway now. Hopefully these guys can get them going. Rachel out front. Good to see that. And it's good to see Davey Hendricks there, just outside the top 5 there in 6th spot in that number 11. Pace car looks like it is diving off the pit road here, getting ready to come to the green. Rachel's going to be on the loud pedal. Green flag back in the air. She gets a heck of a jump here on this restart.
Yes, she does.
And looks like she's going to leave her opponents in the dust here. And we'll wait till they get to the exit of turn 2. But even on older tires, she was able to get a really good jump there. The 49 there of Andrew Bird is under attack a little bit here from AJ Stravato there for the second spot. Fresh tires right there. That definitely does play into effect. Here comes Rachel Hunt coming off of turn 4. She's going to lead that lap.
Yeah, she is. She's going to lead her 4th lap of the race here tonight. Now, she knows how to race. I mean, she is one heck of a driver. Like I mentioned before in the past, she loves her super speedways, but she loves to race in general. So, even though she now has AJ Stravato behind her, she's not going to make it easy on AJ. She is going to make AJ get that pass, but coming out of turn number 4, she's going to leave that bottom open, and AJ Stravato is going to make it side by side with her going into turn number 1.
Yeah, and I think it's just really hard for Rachel, let alone any driver, on these older tires here at Atlanta. You can only hold them up so much before just those new tires and that extra grip is just going to prevail. It's really hard on these older tires to try to keep it wide open, try to keep it on the bottom here, where these newer tires, they can do that for the first 2 or 3 laps of the run.
Yep. All right. Look, we still got plenty of laps to go here this evening. We currently have 36 watching here tonight. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Right now, AJ Scrivato leading, Rachel Hunt's falling back to fourth as Robert O'Connor trying to make that pass to the XI-22 machine. Here comes the 11 of Davey Hendricks as well, and the Bruce 11 machine also
He's my backup
trying to get
pick.
around Rachel Hunt there, and the 99. Here comes the 99 as well, Keith Calhoun.
Yeah, Keith Calhoun there in that 99, making that move around the 16. And here is Andrew Bird. He's stayed out. He's maintained his track position there in that 7th spot. Good rebound hit for him as he was involved in an incident earlier on in this race. So I think that's why he stayed out that last caution, try to get some of that track position back. And I think he's banking on another caution here just so he can solidify that spot there.
Yep, Taco Bell 49 back out on the track, currently running in 7th where he started.
But look at the 77 here. Curtis Granger started 21st. He's up to 8th so far. So another good run for that 77 car here.
Yes, it is. The 74 of Eric O'Connor right behind him. Look at the 3 of Dylan Parker trying to
Here's
go to
our
the
pole
inside.
sitter. Here he comes. He's going to make that move to the inside there. And I don't know what happened on his last pit stop. I don't know if he had damage to repair or what the case was, but he definitely he came in, in the top 3 and then came out in that 12th to 13th spot. So not the pit stop that he was looking for, but all the way back up into the top 10. The 82 there making a move, very aggressive move, trying to get around that 33, but the 11 was to his outside, almost had another wreck there. But everybody keeps going. Here comes Davey. He's making that outside lane work. He's got some help, though, with Robert O'Connor to the outside behind him. Going in turn 1. Side by side for second. Here comes Davey. Full send there into turn number 1. Gets that momentum. Keeps it wound up. He's going to be able to take that 2nd spot.
Yeah, coming out of 2, going to make that pass. Wow. You don't see making a pass on the outside of Atlanta too often. That's the thing.
Yeah, that was very much a power move there by the 11 there of Davey Hendricks. Really great pass. Very textbook there of how you want to make a pass to the outside. You got to really work that side draft and kind of pinch off their exit a little bit. Davey was able to do that there. Now he's to the outside of the 33 of AJ here. Going to try to go for the lead.
Side by side. AJ Scrivato. Davey Hendricks. I don't know if Davey's going to be able to make that pass there on that outside, though.
That's going to be a tough pass to make.
33, man. He's been tough here tonight. He's led 47 laps now as he crossed the line there.
He did have a little bit of help to get around that 82 from the 22 there for that 2nd spot. So I think he just needs a little bit of draft and help from behind. But here he comes. He's going to try to make that move to the inside. Kind of fakes him out there. Got some lap traffic up ahead of this group, though.
All right, lap traffic. Let's see here who we got. Got Zach Allman there in that number 18
Zach Allman, I
machine.
think you got the 28 there as well. They're coming up on that 18 quick. Everybody's able to get around him. The 18 just stays to the outside, goes slower.
Yep.
Let's these guys go.
Gonna stay to the outside.
He's gonna be the first car a lap down. Got more cars here. We got the 28 and I think the 14.
Yeah, Brady Clark will be the next driver a lap down if, of course, no cautions come out.
Oh, it's the 28 and the 4. I'm sorry, the 4 car.
4.
There.
Okay, that would be Paul Turner in the 4. Paul Turner is 13 laps down currently. Not having the race he wanted, but nevertheless, hey, from 36th to 29th is not bad at all. Right up in front
we got a car
of him.
loose down the back straightaway here, the 41.
Save by the 41 there. Wow.
Tyler Snyder able to save that car. That was sideways there, Josh. We could see his number down the back straightaway.
Let's replay that here on MaxSpeedTV. Gary's going to watch it live. I'm going to watch the replay here from Tyler Snyder here. In that iRacing 41. The thing about iRacing is they make it realistic, or they try to. And when you've got to save those cars, you've got to save them. Oh, He hit that outside wall. That's what happened.
Yeah, that'll do her.
Yeah, he hit the outside wall, scraped it, and
that's one of my hot spots here tonight. Kind of mentioned it. That exit of turn 2 after a run, after you get a little bit of 5-10 lap run, it gets really tight there at the exit 2. So you really got to watch your throttle response time there.
All right.
But it looks like AJ was able to pull away here a little bit while you were watching that replay. He's got about a half-second lead now on Davey. I think the lap traffic there is what kind of messed that second on back up. But here comes as he's putting the 1 car a lap down.
Yeah, AJ Stravato, coming around the 1 there. Looks like Davey Hendricks trying to catch up to him now. Behind the number 1, but I think Davey's going to make the pass here on the 1 going into turn number 3 as the 1 stays high. Down to about 4/10 of a second, now about a half a second. You know, half a second doesn't seem like much, but it is enough to, you know, make you think, okay, what do I have to do to catch up to the leader? You know, Davey right now has got to do something. They cannot make it to the end on fuel or tires. So they will have to pit at least one more time.
Right.
But Davey still has that.
He's under fire here from the 99.
Yep. Well, the 99 going to make the pass there. It looks like pretty easily.
Oh, he's going to try to cross over. Davey is.
Davey going to put that front bumper to him. He's going to give him a little kiss.
Well, and you were kind of talking about what do these guys got to do to catch the leader? Well, really simple. Stay single file as much as you can. Secondly, you got to diamond that corner a little bit different. The 33 is kind of using his tires. Getting down to, we got the 14 around here on the backstretch. He's stopped. Will that bring out a caution here?
Oh, Brady Clark, nope, he towed.
He towed. He gone.
Yeah,
okay, all right.
He towed. He is already on pit road, so no caution.
No caution. He's out of here. All right. Well, you see these guys, Davey especially, he likes to arc it in there. You see the 33 starting to do that now. And when you're the leader of the race like AJ is, and you have, you get to decide how you get to drive the car, that's where you really start to save your tires the most.
Well, AJ also has that clean air in his favor.
And you got that maximum downforce as well. You're right. Yes. That is another good thing to point out.
You know, he doesn't have to worry about anybody around him other than lap traffic. It looks like the 14 blew up. Oh, no. Brady
Rough night there for Brady.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know what it's like to blow the motor there. If you get damage at all, that's never a fun night.
Well, with the new damage model that they have now on all of these, on all the cars, some cars can take more damage than others. Like, the ARCA card, as they call it now, was formerly as the K&N. They can take some damage. The trucks can take some damage. But when you get into the others, like I would say even the Cup car can't take much damage.
No, the Cup car cannot take much damage, and that's mainly because of their all-steel body.
Yeah.
Where the Xfinity car, the B car, just below them, it's a composite body. So they can knock the wall down a couple times, and they'll still be very competitive. But yeah, these Cup cars. Right, but these Cup cars, all-steel body, and just with how low these cars are to the ground, any bit of damage makes it aero-dependent, and really, even Martinsville is a very aero-dependent racetrack nowadays. So you have to be really careful with how you drive these Cup cars. Any little bit of damage will slow you down.
Well, it looks like Brock Drury took his car behind the wall. Of course, Brady Clark blowing up, unfortunately, out of the race as well. Ty Smith, Gavin Martin, Zach Probst, and Michael Atkins Jr. is all out of the race. On pit road, we have Khalil Gillen on pit road, Matthew Chastain, Bryson Clark on pit road as well, and that's and William Martin also on pit road. That's all that's on pit road right now, and then everybody else is out there on the racing surface. And I'm just gonna let AJ do his thing out there. He has now got a 1.2 second lead over Davey Hendricks.
It's been an interesting battle for 8th to 10th here. A lot of these 4, 5, 6 cars.
That is where I'm headed to right now. Is between 7th through, I would say 7th through 10th. Right now is the interesting portion of this race. Of course, you can't forget about anybody else back here in the race. Even the drivers that are laps down, because we have a slow car, the number 5 there on that low side. Ooh, Matthew having some issues. He's going to fall all the way back to 21st. It looks like he might have just come off of pit road. No, he had some issues.
he's off the pace here. I don't know if he's blowing up or that car doesn't sound very happy. I just heard it just this time, but
Oh, looks like 128, 129. Oh, he is having some engine issues. He is coming down pit road as we speak. So he is having some major problems there in that number 5 Hertz machine. So look back up here to 7th, 6th, 7th through 12th, you know, where the action is happening. You see the 3 of Dylan Parker there. We've mentioned Dylan quite a few times here tonight.
I think the 5 had a tire issue or something because his RPMs are up to full song here. I think he had a tire problem.
Uh-oh. Well, that can happen here in Atlanta. That really can happen on all tracks now because of the update. So,
yeah, it can happen at all tracks, but Atlanta is definitely hard on them tires.
Oh, lap 90 of 130. Got some action here with Dylan Parker. Looks like Chris James now. They two are side by side.
Now, it's funny. You saw Dylan driving so good earlier when he was up there in that pole position. He was up there up front. Now he's in 5th, and he's struggling to get around these guys. That's just what the package brings with the giant spoiler, the low horsepower. It's very, very hard to pass and get back up and gain your track position back.
Yeah, Atlanta is one of those tracks that's very hard to pass, Gary. We all know. We said it multiple times tonight. If you get a run onto the inside, it's a lot easier to make that pass. We've seen some drivers out here.
Oh, got someone loose here. The 22 got side by side with somebody there.
Or Robert O'Connor. Yep, we've seen several.
With the 2 car there.
The 2, that is going to be
Caden Atkins.
Yeah. We've seen several drivers make the passes on the outside, but that's not the preferred line to make the pass. Make the passes on the inside if you can.
Yeah, that inside line. But if you do have help like we saw with Davey earlier, he was able to get around the 82 there on the outside. You just need that help from that car behind, and normally nobody wants to help you. So that's really hard to do.
And another thing we haven't talked about tonight is draft. You can get some draft here in Atlanta with the other drivers.
Yes, and that is where passing on the outside is very important. You need that draft support. You need that help from that car behind you, especially down these straightaways here. But in the corners, really don't want to be in any draft. You want as much downforce on the nose as you can so you can be able to turn the car.
Alrighty, folks, we got 35 watching, 13 likes out there here this evening. Can we still hit that 30 mark here tonight? I don't want to lower it. We've seen some good action out here. We may even
82
see
car coming down pit road, making an unscheduled stop here.
We may even see Chris James, coming down pit road. We may even see our first round of green flag pit stops, as they've been out here at about 30 to, some of them been out here 30 to 40 laps. So,
yeah, they have been out here a while. I guess time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I think
they took that green back to 66 here, so yeah, they're right there within their window to make it to the end. I think some guys are going to try to push it to about 100 and make it to the end here.
Well, tire window 30 to 40, fuel about 38 to 42. As I flash that pre-race there on the screen for everybody to take a look at, the pit road and pace speed and all that good stuff that goes along with it. Then I'll get rid of that and flash the points. The first round of points coming into tonight for everybody that's just tuning in. This is the way it sat coming into round number 2. So, pause it, take a look at it, and then go back live. But, well, man, AJ Stravato now.
We got a nice battle here in second. Nice battle for second here. I thought Davey was about to turn the 99 to Keith there the last couple laps here. He's all over the back bumper of this 99.
Davey. Yeah, he's still fighting on that outside, though, with the 99.
Yeah, just trying to make that outside work there. He was able to get right beside him, but he just can't quite get around him. but he knows he's faster. He just can't make the pass.
Well, Davey Hendricks coming from 32nd to 2nd.
Yeah, he
What
didn't
is
even
that,
qualify. He didn't even lay down a
spots?
qualifying lap tonight. So he was definitely one of the faster cars in practice, though.
Man, got some blocking going on, it looks like. Oh!
Yeah, and Davey was actually the third fastest car in practice here today, so he definitely knows how to get around this track. And that's only letting the leader gain just a little bit more time here. He's about a second and a half in front of these guys now.
Yep, still watching Keith Calhoun here and Davey Hendricks. It looks like we've got the 18 on that outside. No, the 10 on the outside there.
Yeah, got some slower lap traffic here now.
Scott Metcalf there, but
here's another battle between Robert O'Connor and Brandon Leonard. Brandon started 24th. He's up to the 9th spot there in the looks like the Oklahoma City Thunder car. All over the back bumper here of Robert. These guys here, the 22, the 20, and the 23 all battling for a position here on the lead lap.
Chromatic number 20, Thunder, Oklahoma City. Yep, you're right. I've got a mosquito bugging my screens here, folks. Sorry.
Kill it.
I'm trying.
Well, and right behind these guys here, Darren started 13th, currently running solidly in that 11th spot. Some got up into the top 5 early, but he's really been mired back about mid-pack here most of this race. So maybe this green flag pit stop here, maybe he can gain some time and really start gaining some spots here.
On 38 and 42 laps, now they're on 39. Yeah, we have.
Yeah, and here comes the 82. He's on those new tires.
Oh,
82's on some new tires here.
Mishap on pit road.
Who?
Curtis Granger there on pit road. Having a mishap. We're going to go back here on the MaxSpeedTV replay and take a look at what happened to the 77 machine. I seen him coming down pit road and I clicked on him and then he was sideways. So
yeah, it looked like he was just locking the front tires up and trying to get down to pit road speed and just hit the inside wall there coming down in. Yeah, on those old tires, it's really tricky to come down pit road.
All right, we'll take a look at Curtis Granger here. There he goes, sideways into the wall. Oh, man, gonna have some damage.
And he might have a pit road speeding penalty, too.
Yeah, and the pit road is busy. Well, he's off and away, but Dylan Parker, Keith Calhoun.
Here comes our leader, AJ. He's on pit road here.
Yep.
Eric O'Connor here, he's coming down. So is the 23.
Oh,
Darren stays out. He's going to be our leader.
It's busy.
Yep, pit road's a very busy place. We saw Chris James. He was the first of our lead lap cars to come down pit road. He's in 11th right now, back on the lead lap. So he's definitely going to try to make up some time here.
I think, see here, in 11th, now Rachel Hunt. Now going into the 10th, one lap down.
And here comes Darren Clement. He's going to come down pit road this time.
All right, Darren coming down pit road.
And I think he's the last one to pit here.
Zachary McCarry on pit road. No, they're still pitting. Eric O'Connor off of pit road. Getting back up to speed there. Brandon
Looks
Leonard.
like Chris James might be our leader here after this cycle here.
Yep. I believe you are correct.
It's going to be him and AJ. AJ's going to be in the second spot here after everything cycles out for him. Or no, I'm sorry. Davey's going to be in second. My apologies. Darren just now merging back onto the track. Yeah, it's going to be Chris James as our leader. And it's going to be Davey Hendricks there in the second spot. And it's going to be Dylan Parker in the third spot here. These guys are all spread out. Davey has a 7, almost 8-second deficit. Try and chase back down to our leader, Chris James, right now.
Yeah, Chris James currently running in first. Davey Hendricks second, Dylan Parker third, Stravato fourth, Keith Calhoun fifth, and Tyler Snyder in sixth.
And then Rachel having a nice, solid 7th place run here tonight. Started 14th, so up 7 spots. She's running pretty good here.
Yeah, but different pit strategies, different laps. Now we see Chris James last pitted about 12 laps ago. Rachel Hunt about 11 laps ago, and Tyler Snyder at about 15. So
yeah, Rachel, Tyler, and Chris, they all pitted around the same time within a couple laps of each other, but these were the first of the lead lap cars to pit, but Chris definitely made the most of it here.
The lap 110 or 109 here in the next time by book. We're going to be on 20 to go here momentarily.
Yeah, it looks like for the most part, looks like the nearest battle is for the 3rd spot, but everybody's just kind of single file, and this is what happens with Atlanta. This is the typical Atlanta that we see about in the middle of the race, toward the end, where guys are just strung out, single file. You get a couple green flag pit stops in. This is the typical Atlanta that we usually see on iRacing here.
Oh, they're coming around the number 8 there. Had to kind of split the difference.
Yeah, and the 25 had to go high there, too. These guys are trying to get out of the way of our leaders here. Very dangerous moves that these guys were making. But that did help the 33 catch up to Davey here. We're going to have a battle for second on our hands.
All right.
And they have cut down that lead significantly from Chris here. He had about an 8-second lead a couple laps ago. It's now down to about 3.5. So they are really cutting into this lead fast on that 82 car. And 82 is about halfway down the back, going into 3. He's got about a straightaway lead right now over second. And they got a little bit more lap traffic here, Davey and AJ. They have to work through here to get up to that 82 car.
Watching Stravato and Hendricks right now battle for second, as you was just talking about there, boy. AJ all over that number
Davey
11.
Almost chopped off the nose of that 33 as they're trying to get around these lap traffic.
Oh.
It's getting to the end of the race. We're not going to see very many guys let up.
I think we're going to see some blocking here.
There's some major blocking there by Davey.
19 this time by. Oh, buddy.
Oh, and the 33 applies the bumper there, I think, to Davey a little bit. Here comes AJ. I guess Stravato, almost keep calling him Gustavo for some reason. I don't even know why.
Putting that C on there, right?
Yeah, I don't know. But here he comes. He's going to try to take that second spot away. They are still running down Chris James here. He just got around the slower lap cars here of the 84 and I think the 38 as well, even though he's appearing as a 3 car there. These guys, even though they're driving their brains out here, they're still running down the leader.
Well, AJ Stravato going to take that second spot away from Davey Hendricks. What a battle there for second. I don't think it's over. I think right now with 18 to go, it's kind of a back-off time.
Well, Chris is just in front of them, in front of these lappers. AJ's going to be real aggressive here, make it 3 wide going into 3.
Yeah,
what a save.
wide.
I thought he was going to lose that car. Here comes Davey up the middle.
The gap.
This is the kind of racing that you see here at Atlanta, right here. And what a pass there. AJ is about to take over the lead. He does go into turn 1 on Chris.
Well, number 3 is Dylan Parker.
And that's where you're seeing those 10 to 11 lap difference right there on them tires.
A 3 on the car, but what did you say it was in the ticker?
38, I believe.
38.
Cole Gray.
Cole Gray, okay.
Now we're really going to see this really start to heat up. Now the 11 here, he's got to chase back
James
down.
Has fallen back to 4th as AJ, Davey, and Keith Calhoun all get around Chris James.
And they're all within a half second of each other here. You could put these top 3, you could put a blanket on them.
Yep, there's a lap car there between AJ Stravato and the number 11, the number 1 of Robert Lukens.
Right there. He's going to stay high and out of the way. Going to let these guys fight it amongst themselves. But the 11 really is going to need that help from that 99 there to get it back up to the front. But
You know,
like we said, AJ, he's got the best car here for sure.
I'm going to throw something out there. I think iRacing should add something here to, of course, after the race.
Sure.
In the old games to where, like baseball and stuff, to where, get hit by a pitch, you can press a button and fight the pitcher. I think they should do something like that here in iRacing. After the race, if you're not satisfied, you hit a button and you can throw your helmet at another driver.
I'm a team owner here in the iRacing community, and we've talked about some little things here and there that iRacing should add. I know even the real world drivers, I can't remember who it was, he said they should have a button that you could push and it sticks your hand out the window and tells another driver that they're number one.
We'll just we'll say what that means.
We'll leave it at
folks.
that. That was pushing it there.
Use your imagination on that.
Yeah, we'll leave it there. And then I remember another one back on the old Heat games on console, like PS2 and stuff.
Oh yeah.
You would see these guys on an arcade mode. You could see them shoot tires at another car. It actually be very effective. So there have been times where, not in like league racing or anything like that, where there have been some guys saying, hey, if we want to have a demo there, we should be able to shoot tires at everybody.
NASCAR Rumble, where you can throw out a tornado at the driver in front of you,
Right, Mario Kart right there. Get the banana peel out there.
Yeah, exactly. Throw the banana peel out there. Hopefully they slip on it,
Exactly.
Throw some stuff out there with them. Well, just, got to have a good time up in the booth. Awesome racing out here by these guys. Green flag pit stops have happened. We're 12 to go. AJ Stravato
15 cars on the lead lap here.
Yep, 15 cars on the lead lap.
And despite what this 13 car, Joshua Powell's had to go through tonight, looks like there's no fast repairs or anything.
I don't believe
he's
so.
He's still riding around the 15th spot with damage and all, especially on that rear end of that car.
Yeah, look where he started. 31st.
Yep, and he's gained 16 spots, so he's had a really good drive up through the field here. AJ Stravato is starting to run him down, though. About to get lapped here in a little bit. Coming to 10 to go.
And laps to go here. Yep, 10 to go this time by. Boy, it's been a good race. I mean, even with the cautions, but take a look at that here real quick. 6 cautions. I just said 5 just, several laps ago. We're up to 6 now. 6 cautions, 22 to go. 22 laps. 10 to go. We've had now 11 lead changes here tonight. These guys been putting on a show here for the second round of season 5.
Oh yeah, these guys have been putting on a whale of a show here, and they really know how to keep it clean for sure. The only battle I really see right now is a battle for the 6th spot here between the 82 and the 2 car. We're seeing the 2 of Caden Atkins. He's able to make that pass to the outside there of Chris. Now Chris is gonna fall back to 7th here.
And he completed it cleanly on the backstretch. Into turn number 3 they go.
I think it's just with Chris. He really burned up those tires there right when he got off pit road. He's been up against the wall in the middle lane, just trying to, because there is a difference in time, about 1.5 seconds, 2 seconds or so, when these guys do have the tire fall off. So he's really had to push his tires extra hard to get back on the lead lap and then take the lead. But obviously it didn't last very long for him.
Well, we take a look here at the point standings here. One of the drivers I'm not seeing out here on track tonight is Eric Hutton. Our points leader, AJ Stravato, is here, currently running in that top spot. And now with coming to 7 to go that time by, currently running in second. The point.
Caution, that changes everything here, Josh.
That is going to change things up. Oh, Jacob Locklear involved in the 84.
Yeah, and he's not had the best night. He's running a lap down here. Was it just a matter? Oh, okay. I see what happened here. Just coming down the front stretch here, Darren Clement had a little bit of a run on the 84, went to the inside, and they all just kind of collected themselves. And looks like just those 3, maybe 4 cars here involved.
All right, yep. Taking a look at it here, Jacob Locklear, 32 on
Looked
the
like
outside.
a big net code. You'll see a big net code, at least on my screen.
Oh, yeah, was some net coding issues there. I think there was net coding and some contact, but the net coding did play a factor because you did see the jump there by the 32, and that's how you can really tell there's net code. And then that sent the 32 up into the 84 into the 18, and it was just on from there.
We're definitely going to see these guys pit.
Oh, I think the number one also going to get a piece of it. He is going to hit, I believe, it is going to be the 84 or the 18. After the 18 bounces down, comes down, the number one.
Pit road is a very busy place here.
All right, pit road, back up live, busy place, everybody off and away. No, they are coming down pit road.
Oh, they are just now coming down pit road here, Josh. I kind of had a feeling with the caution coming out like this, you're going to get about a 3 or 4 lap shootout here, maybe even 2 to 3 laps. Everybody that was on the lead lap coming down pit road here.
All right. Oh, the number 3 had to back up and then pull
and that's going to cost him time again.
Oh, Dylan Parker.
These last 2 caution stops, man, he has not had a very good entry into his stall, and that's going to cost him once again.
All right, well, AJ Stravato going to be the first one out off of pit road. Keith Calhoun going to be second. Davey Hendricks in third. Darren Clement now in fourth. And Caden Atkins going to be the 5th one off of pit road. I don't interview anybody under 5 to go, but I do have to go to the admins here real quick. So give me just a few seconds. All righty, folks. Well, 5 to go. We'll keep an eye out on it. But if they go green, white, checkered, it's going to be 3 attempts here. So we'll keep an eye on that, Gary. We know how 3 attempts can be.
Oh, yeah.
So
depending on the race, depending on the driver, some days it takes all 3. Some days you only get 1. Some days it just takes 1. So, but we are flirting with green, white, checkered scenarios. I think they're going to take it. Take the green here. It looks like with 2 to go, but it might not. Just kind of depends on what iRacing wants to do sometimes.
Yeah, we'll have to see here. They've got 4 to go right now. So
it's at least a 2-lap shootout.
Could it be the first attempt?
I think you're right, Josh. I think we're going to have an attempt here. I don't think it's going to finish under regulation here. But look at all these cars.
We'll check it out.
In front of our
here.
leader taking the wave around.
Yep, everybody up in front of the leaders taking the wave around, or will.
And when you take the wave around, you are not allowed to pit. So I think these guys getting back on the lead lap here, I think they're banking on a quick caution.
All right, so 1 to go. So there'll be...
Yes, I believe 1 to go right here. We got 3 laps to go.
So there'll be a green, 1 lap, white, and then checkered.
Yes.
So we're not under the first green, white, checkered.
This is not the first attempt. This is regulation here.
This is, yes.
But we have 3 more attempts if needed.
Yes, yeah, we have 3 attempts if needed for sure. Get them going here, Gary.
Well, coming right off here, off of turn number 2. Lights are off on that Ford Mustang pace car. It's going to be AJ Stravato and Keith Calhoun, your top 2. Davey Hendricks will not be denied. He's in 3rd there. Definitely maybe a little bit of aggression here going to come from Davey here on this restart. We're going to see a lot of mirror driving here. Darren Clement, he came from out of nowhere. He's up to 4th spot. And then, of course, Caden Atkins there in your top 5. And Chris James, nice recovery there. He's back up into the 6th spot here. Going to be a very short run here, Josh. Side by side. I think we're going to see some free wide here by the time they exit turn number 2. Pace car diving off. getting ready for the green flag. Green flag back in the air here for our leader, AJ Stravato. This is a regulation. This is not a green-white checkered attempt. But, man, that 99 just came down on the 11 there.
Yes, he
11's going to
did.
be all over the bumper of that 99 of Keith Calhoun. There goes Davey Hendricks. He's going to try to get up there 3 wide as they exit turn number 2.
3 wide back here. Yeah, it didn't last long, but they were 3 wide for sure.
And Davies all over the back bumper. He gave that 99 a shove going from 3 to 4. White flag this time.
White flag, 1 to go here. Cautions are off the wrecking in the back. We can't see it here, folks. They've got to race it back. Here we go.
Is that 99 going to be able to get a run? I don't think so. I think it's AJ's race right here.
Keith Calhoun.
It's going to be a battle for third here. It's going to be a photo finish here between Davey and the 82.
AJ Stravato going to win it here tonight.
And Chris steals that third spot from Davey.
Man.
And a photo finish for third place.
Well, let's take a look here on the MaxSpeedTV replay for third place here tonight. We know who won. That's going to be AJ Stravato. But let's take a look here at this photo finish here for that third place between Chris James and Davey Hendricks here tonight.
Davey got him by a fender.
In the 11 on that low side, the 82 on the high side. We're going to get a closer look here at these two drivers. And right here, we're going to see just how close this was. Oh, yeah, right there you do see. I'm on Chris James. You do see Chris James here hitting the line before that number 11, man. What a finish there for that number 82 machine. But we go back up front here to AJ Stravato here. Our winner doing some burnouts. We're going to step away, play a commercial break, and get the top 3 up here for the MaxSpeedTV post-race show. So, you know, folks, stay tuned because we will be right back.
Listen up. The soap you shower with, it's you probably haven't even questioned what bar soap you lather up with. Let's face it, most guys don't. They're still using whatever bar their mommy bought for her little man. Is that what you want? To smell like mama's little man? Ugh. But now you can upgrade your shower game with Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Dr. Squatch Natural Soap. Real soap for real men. Or don't, and continue to be mommy's little helper.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here. I've got the top 3 up here. I'm going to start here with the number 82 here of Chris James. Chris, buddy, got a copy?
I got you.
Well, Chris, edging out there, Davey Hendricks, man, really, really close. 16 1,000ths of a second there to grab that top 3 here, man. Talk about Atlanta here tonight. You know, yeah, 6 cautions here tonight, you know. But, you know, green flag pit stop, nevertheless, man. We want to hear from you.
Oh man, yeah, my heart's still racing, especially at that last one. I didn't know if I was gonna get Davey right there at the end. I just held it wide open, hoping it would stick on the outside, and it stuck. It's kind of up and down most of that race. I burned up my stuff racing up front early. I realized my tires were gone. I was getting past, so I went ahead and tried a short pit, and then gambled on there maybe being a caution after I got back on the lead lap. That didn't pan out, but then we got the caution. Was able to get some fresh rubber and got a third place.
Well, I managed to do it, man. Well, from from a perspective, we know Atlanta, it uses up the tires. So how bad was the tires here tonight? Was it dreadful?
Man, it was kind of deceiving because you felt like Superman starting right out, and you could just run, 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 and then but it bit you real quick. And when you started pushing, about take out that wall.
All righty, buddy. Well, Iowa next week. A smaller track from Atlanta. How do you feel about Iowa?
You know what? I actually tend to see a lot of green flag racing in Iowa. I like short tracks. I'm looking forward to it, but you never know. It could go either way, I guess.
All right, Chris James. Well, any final thoughts, shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate third place here in that Bush 82 machine?
Bush. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get me a cold one of them. Shout out to Zach Allman for giving me an invite to the league. Shout out to you guys in the booth. Sounds great. Dylan Parker, and just everyone in the league. A lot of clean, good racing. Congrats to AJ on a win.
All right, Chris. Well, let's go celebrate. Get ready for Iowa, bud.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, that's going to bring us to our second place finisher here tonight. Going to be Keith Calhoun here. Let's go ahead and drag him up here. And I believe Gary Wills has caught up with Keith.
Yeah, we got Keith down here on pit road, finishing second place here tonight. Keith,
Hi,
one spot short. Tell us about your race, buddy.
Man, it was a lot of fun. It was really great. I want to thank Full Send Racing, but the racing between AJ and Davey and there's a couple other guys. It was just incredible and really fun, and I could trust those guys the entire race, so that made it all the way better.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever you can get close quarters with somebody and it all pans out, that's definitely helpful. But next week, finish second here tonight. We go to Iowa next week, another a short track on the schedule here. What's your thoughts on Iowa?
I've got to win once at Iowa in this league, so I'm hoping to repeat.
Hey, so you're definitely a past winner there, so definitely one of your better tracks then, huh?
Yeah, I'm hoping so, man, but we got a lot of people in here, and just the competition level has skyrocketed, man. There's so many good drivers.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Well, any thoughts or shout-outs you want to give as we let you go celebrate your second place here?
Yeah, man. Again, thanks to Full Send Racing. That's my team, and Caden Atkins for managing it. Thanks to William and Dylan for putting this all on, and I appreciate you guys broadcasting for us, man. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll let you go celebrate your second place here. You have a good one.
All right, take these guys.
Congratulations, Keith, bud. All right. Well, that's going to bring us to our winner here tonight. It's going to be AJ Stravato. AJ, buddy, when you get in that Venom 33 machine here at Atlanta, man. Couple of cautions there. 6 cautions total here, but a green flag pit stop late in the race. We got to hear it from you, bud.
Yeah, that was a great race. Really glad we got some green flag racing. My goal was just to try and get out in front as quick as I could right there. I kind of had a line where I was saving the tires a little bit, just staying on the bottom. It was kind of hard to pass, but after a while, just pull out and get out a good lead and do what you needed to do.
Well, what do you think the big key was here tonight? For Atlanta, it was tires. There was the cautions. What was your thought seeing these cautions happen at the beginning of the race, and then you have a green flag run and a green flag pit stop? What was your mindset seeing that?
Well, my mindset the entire race was just to kind of maintain and control what I could control, save the tires when I could, and just kind of gauge the race. I knew after a couple cautions we were going to get a green flag run. It was just a matter of time, and I just made sure I wanted to get out in the lead and just getting clean air. Clean air is so important with saving tires, and I know second and third were battling pretty tight after a while. So my goal was just to gap them a little bit and just maintain my lead. And we got out to like a 2-second lead before that pit stop. Want to stay out as long as I could afterwards. This way I had fresher tires. I knew people were going to short pit me. And once that caution came out, just do what I could, use track position and strategy to my key, and came home with the win.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations on the win. But hey, the season just started. Going from Atlanta to Iowa. How do you feel about going from a mile and a half to a short track like Iowa?
Short track racing is always fun, man. I do enjoy Iowa. I think I'll be decently quick there. We'll see what we can do there. But just want to give a special shout out to my buddy Dan Asher. Check him out on Twitter, Dan Asher Designs. He's the guy who designed this car. Does great work. I know he's trying to get his car in a real car one day. So check him out on Twitter. And a special shout out to my teammates, Eric. I know he wasn't here. Jigga 22, and Dylan, of course. Anybody else I forgot, I apologize. Just excited to win here.
All right, AJ. Well, congratulations on the win. Any other final thought shout outs you want to give before you go celebrate the victory here tonight?
I think I hit them all. Just special shout out to the guys. Clean race at the end. That was a lot of fun.
All right, bud. Congratulations on the win. We'll see you at Iowa next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
All right. Well, that was AJ Servato, our winner here this evening. Well, Gary, what do you say we get down here to the unofficial results, pending any admin stuff they have to do, but AJ Servato is going to come away with the win. Keith Calhoun going to finish in second, Chris James third, Davey Hendricks going to finish in fourth. What a battle between third and fourth there, though, Gary, because that that was close.
Yeah, our top four really fought it out all night long, but definitely third and fourth, they're right to the line. It was a photo finish.
Yes, it was. Caden Atkins in fifth, top 5 for him. Eric O'Connor, top 10, will finish in sixth. Robert O'Connor, top 10 in seventh. Top 10 for Andrew Bird in eighth. Tyler Snyder, top 10 in ninth. And Rachel Hunt, going to grab a top 10 in 10th.
Well, and our pole sitter will finish 11th here tonight, Dylan Parker. 12th place is going to be Curtis Granger. 13th is going to be J.W. Miller. 14th place is going to be Joshua Powell. Darren Clement started 13th, going to finish 15th here. And the last car on the lead lap is going to be Zachary Vicari there in 16th. 17th first car lap down is going to be Will Richard. I'm just guessing there. 18th place is going to be Christopher Dean. 19th place is going to be Jacob Locklear. And rounding out the top 20 is going to be Cole Gray.
All right, Brandon Leonard going to finish 21st here. Anthony Marshall, 22nd. Zach Allman, 23rd. Scott Metcalf, 24th. Paul Turner, 25th. Eric Moore, 26th. Robert Lukens, not the race he wanted here tonight in the number 1, will finish 27th. Khalil Gillen in 28th. Jade Bell, 29th. And Matthew, not even going to attempt it, is going to be 30th.
And 31st, we've got Noah Murray, I think, there, 31st. Not the race he wanted tonight. 32nd is going to be Brock Drury. 33rd is going to be Bryson Clark. 34th is going to be Brady Clark. 35th is going to be William Martin. 36th is going to be Matthew Chastain. 37th is going to be Ty Smith. 38th is going to be Gavin Martin. 39th is going to be Zach Probst. And rounding out the field, our anchor tonight is going to be Michael Atkins Jr. there in the 40th spot.
All right, man. Michael not having the race he wanted. He was very, very fast here tonight. Going to be bringing up the anchor, unfortunately, but AJ Servato is going to be our winner here tonight. Myself, Joshua Medlock, on the mic for you here alongside Gary Wills. Gary, thank you so much for jumping in here tonight and, commentating the race here. I mean, a good race for Atlanta. I mean, for the field we had, that was amazing.
Yeah, that first half there was a little rocky there, but I knew once we got past halfway, everybody would get a feel for it. Ended up having a green flag pit stop. So definitely overall, good race there, especially the finish. That was a lot of fun.
Yes, it was. Oh, man, it was a blast. Thank you, Gary, for jumping in here tonight. But until next time, folks, here on MaxSpeedTV, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We've got more action coming up here on MaxSpeedTV. One more week off here, other than my Fridays and Sundays. But, we've got more action here with myself 6 days a week coming up. So stay tuned. Of course, if you're new to MaxSpeedTV, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell because there are plenty of broadcasters here on MaxSpeedTV that would love the support here for the channel. So until then, folks, stay safe and have a good night.